for wanting to reduce non-revenue water, because the argument was there were many broken pipes and the pipes were all broken and there was water being wasted and so on and so forth. So 250 million ringgit was allocated for buying pipes, for non-revenue water work, but more importantly, it was a grant. That means it is given to you. It is a grant given to you without any interest. But there's only one condition when you get a government grant. And that condition is that you must buy that particular pipe or the particular kinds of pipe from a made in Malaysia company. Made in Malaysia company. But unfortunately, the pipes that were coming to Malaysia were coming from Indonesia. Through two companies called Laksamana Wibawa and the other one is called Musa Rahman Hydraulics. Two companies. If you dial up the phone numbers that at the time that we saw for Musa Rahman Hydraulics and Laksamana Wibawa, on the other side you will have a receptionist who will pick up your phone and say, "Selamat pagi, ini Puncak Niaga." Because the chairman or the person of Puncak Niaga is also the chairman of Laksamana Wibawa and Musa Rahman Hydraulics. Now friends, at that time, it was clearly pointed out by the minister himself that this is a violation in the concession agreement. So we took advantage of it. We took advantage of that, and when we met Dato Sri Lim Keng Yek, we asked him, Dato Sri, thank you very much for telling us this is a violation. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? He said, Charles, don't worry. I remember, Tunku remember, I said, no, you don't worry. I remember he was sitting there with his legs crossed and his spit flying out. And you know, I was sitting in front of him. He said, you don't worry. We will send a show cause letter. So fine, so we all came out at the meeting very happy and oh yes, the minister is now listening to us and so on and so forth. 2 months after that, we went back for another meeting and we asked the Sri Karan, have you sent the letter or not? Of course, I mean, he's a minister of so many ministries, so he's not a very young man, so many issues in his head. So he can't remember everything. So he asked the man next to him, who was the point man for water in his ministry, and asked him, did you send the letter? He said, no, I never sent the letter. And that man is now the CEO of Suruhanjaya Perkhidmatan Air Negara. Then we raised the issue of pipes, the meter pipe, the meters, because meters that are coming from China, I'm nothing wrong with China by the way, it's just meters coming from China are giving a higher reading. So what you paid say for $20, suddenly your bill is showing $50. So people were like calling all of us and saying, hey, how can this be possible? So we said, don't worry, we will speak to the no problem. Same thing, we went to him, gave him the document, gave him the information. We only didn't bring the pipe and show him though. But we did everything was shown. He said, Charles, don't worry, I will do something about this. 2 months. After that, in another meeting, we were having a series of meetings because we were not, I was trying to say working, but we were having a fight with on the water services industry sector. So we went back to him and said, let's see what happened to this. And he asked the same person next to him. He said, what happened? He said, I'm not sure whether I sent it to PBA Penang or this Perak, Lembaga Perak. He wasn't sure. How, did you sign the letter or not? He wasn't sure whether he actually signed the letter to Penang Waterworks or to Lembaga Perak to verify whether if something was wrong with his meters. And I assume that they didn't do it. So this is the level of governance we have in this country. This is the level of governance that we have, and this is the level of transparency we have. We can shout till the cows come home that our companies are not ambitious. Our companies are milking all of us. These are cash cows. We can argue till our cows come home, my friends. But there is a regulator. There is a government. There is a concession agreement. Why is the government writing concession agreements or signing on to concession agreements which are anti-people.